warmed up yet. Still got my coat on. What calls me to suddenly go, oh, let's have a little look at the collective energy for the Ravens, from the Ravens? Well, it could be a dream I had last night. Old flames getting in touch subconsciously. We are clearing out. We are tidying up loose ends. We're coming into union with ourselves, so it only makes sense that we're letting go of what no longer serves us. So yeah, that's what calls me to have a little look, see what's going on in the collective. If it resonates, take it. If it doesn't, it's energetic. So, message from the Ravens for the collective. Highest timeline, opportunities, gateways, what kind of connections are we looking at? Let's have a look, see what's going on. Let's have a look. I hope we're all well. Loudspeaker. Now this came out upside down. So it's the Two of Swords. She's blindfolded, she can't see. She doesn't know which way to go. She's trusting the Ravens, she's like feeling it out. Now the fact that it came out upside down would suggest to me that there's either a blockage in making the decision or the decision has been made. That indecisiveness has shifted. Normally when things come out upside down, the energy is that it's gone or it's going. It's leaving. But there was definitely and swords and minds. How's that? I'll just move it and it works better. So yeah, sorry. So yeah, the Two of Swords upside down would suggest that there was a period, and it is in the mind space of going back and forth, back and forth. It could be, it's a decision, but a mental decision. So it's like, shall I, shan't I, shall I, shan't I? In the head space. But the fact that it's come out upside down suggests that it's left or it's leaving. That's where we're at. Now, at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Page of Cups. And there's a full moon. So it always confuses me because there's like a knight's head down the bottom, but I've looked and it's definitely the page because the knights come in on horses. So this is the beginning of, and that moon could have brought something to light. There was an offering, possibly it's like the early stages of this offering, and a cup is being held out, but it feels like it could be somebody immature, maybe not. It's not a King of Cups, so it could be somebody who's still learning about themselves, and this offering could have come out around the full moon. There was this indecisiveness, back and forth, but that has kind of left, so the decision has been made, or it's gone completely. Like, we will find out. Let's get my cards out and see where this connection is. Now, for a time now, we were in the twin flame connection, but I'm not sure. We shall see if that's moved on. Moving on. but it was around this full moon. And I would definitely say that the Two of Cups, the Two of Swords upside down, was back and forth on a decision mentally. Could have been keeping someone awake. So, a gateway, a doorway. This is again going through shadow work, but towards the light. There's all these flowers represent enlightenment, spiritual enlightenment, but it's still taking little steps, reaching, you know, keeping focused, not being distracted. Now this Two of Swords, obviously the right way up, is like she's blind. I don't know which way to go. I'm just feeling it out. I'm you know, feeling my ravens. Which one feels like, you know, it's back and forth, but it was upside down. It's like I'm not going to get distracted by anything or anyone that's I've got my eyes on the prize. And that almost like enlightenment is peace of mind. It looks like peace of mind. It looks like working through shadow work, but staying focused at the end goal, regardless of. So that's Two of Swords upside down. Bottom of the deck, we've got this again. It's the same kind of picture. It's this enlightenment, but she's got news in her hand, so something could have come through. This Page of Cups could have revealed something under the full moon that made that decision a lot easier. She's got that something in her hand. I can never work out. Is it a doll? It's got dangly bits to it. But it's like I'm turning my back and I'm walking away. I'm heading towards the light. And again, there's these steps. So it might be suggesting just taking baby steps. They are solid, but it's heading towards enlightenment, but it's peace of mind. There's no other way, especially with the Two of Swords upside down. It's this back and forth, can't make a decision, so I'm not going to make a decision at all. I'm just going to leave. I'm just going to let it go, whatever it is. Right, let's get something from the Doreen Virtue Romance Angels. I'm going to be moving again soon, so it will take a little while for me to set up a good spot, or it might not, to record. Let's see what is worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So maybe that back and forth, and then suddenly just I'm not even gonna, because this is headspace. This is I can't see where I'm going. Stuck in a mental which way do I go, and then just let it go. And the reason it feels like it's been let go because it's upside down, worth waiting for, divine timing is at work. So there's situations or things outside of our control on when this may happen, whatever the decision was. This could be the one. You've already met your romantic partner that you seek, but worth waiting for. Now, we don't sit around and wait for people, but we don't, it's what it's saying is I surrender control. I surrender trying to work this out. I let go of indecisiveness and staying focused, not paying attention to any of the distractions, staying focused. I know where I'm going. Okay, this could be the one. Where is I going to go next? Let's have a... Oh, we'll go back to the Ravens and worth waiting for. Indecisiveness that has been let go. So there possibly was an offer under the moon. What have we got here? Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is moving into calmer waters. Again, there's that full moon in the background. Moving on to calmer waters. I'm not going to stay going back and forth on a decision when it might even be out of my control. So it's that I'm going to release control of the outcome and I'm going to move onto calmer waters. I'm moving away from. And that's exactly what she's doing here. Let me put those in the right place. I'm moving away into, and like I said, this is peace of mind. That bright light in this reading to me screams peace of mind. Now what have we got at the bottom of the deck? The Seven of Wands. So in this Seven of Wands, he's like really, he's leaning on the seven, he's leaning on his wand. And again, it's patience. It's learning patience. It's learning, he is waiting, and the raven's like staring at him, but it's almost like there's lessons to be learned. I mean, the Seven of Wands, you know, is about learning stuff or mastering skills, and this is a skill. Patience is a skill. So that kind of makes sense. Seven of Wands, Six of Swords, Seven of Wands, worth waiting for. We've got strength underneath that as well. So this is something, this is inwardly strength. I mean, it takes a lot to master, especially when you can't see, if the way forward looks quite dark and you don't know what's going on. It takes a lot of inner strength to be able to surrender and let go of that backwards and forwards indecisiveness. Can't make a decision, not actually having, especially with this card, it's almost like not actually having all the information until you get to the light. But she's turned her back, she's heading towards the light. What else? How's the signal? So we've got the Three of Pentacles, which is bringing three things together. And if we're looking at this romantically, I guess it's like three attributes of ourselves, three skills that we're good at. It could be bringing three people to work together, but if we're looking at it in a romantic sense, it's like I've got this, I'm really good at this, I'm really good at this, I'm really good at this, and focusing on the positives, the craftsmanships, it's almost like, I would say, doing positive affirmations, calling it in. I'm not seeing, there's not other people involved here with this Three of Pentacles, but it is like he's got, I need my glasses, I did put them at hand. He's got like, he's carving out these three ravens on the tree. But it's taken some skill and again some patience to be able to do that. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Or is he the page as well? but he's got one pentacle in his hand. So the pentacles represent slow, steady progress. This is foundational work. When we think of pentacles, it's root chakra work, it's material work, it's the grounding, it's the stability. And the knights or the pages of pentacles don't rush in. They take their time. They build a solid foundation, and because it's again, it's a knight. Or a page, so it's the beginning of. So this indecisiveness was let go of, so that something can come in. Pentacles is always like a gift, so it's either a gift within yourself that has shifted due to surrender and control, moving on to the Six of Swords, having the patience and working at what skills you have, whether it be communicating, whether it be creativity or whatever it is, and that's building the foundations for something new to come in. And what else did we get? So the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a resting period. It's a healing card as well. If you can see, he's lying down on the bed and he's staring up at the window. But it's like the Four of Swords is, I need time to heal. Something's happened. It's a little bit of putting a pause on things, but it's taken the time out to reflect, to heal, to definitely heal from past hurts, traumas, whatever. So we've got 7, 6, 4, and we've got the Page of Wands. So we've actually got we did have 3 pages: the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the Page of Cups. So this is something brand new. This is the beginning of something. And these pages represent the early stages. It's almost like first date kind of thing. It's the early stages. It feels like this is getting my wands in order. So, my fire energy, my healing energy. I've got this wand. It's creative. The Pentacles is obviously solid foundations in the 3D material world. And then obviously the Page of Cups at the beginning is in the heart space. It feels like a brand new, fresh start with all these pages in all the suits. And that again would be someone who's gone in, done the healing work, and is ready, that's the healing work. And I'm doing this because that would bring it back to the page of these, because it's got to start from the root upwards. Now we've got the 5 of, I need to put them, where are they? There they are. Bear with. They might need cleaning. Do they need cleaning? No, they're all right. So we've got the 5 of Pentacles at the bottom. Now the 5 of Pentacles represents loss. It can be just thinking. It's an energy of lack. It's an energy of not having enough. Feeling like I'm not getting enough, I'm not being paid. If it was work related, it would be I'm not being paid enough. But he almost looks like he's tied. And that's all. That's a little bit. 5 of Pentacles to me is giving away one's power. Giving away one's power to whatever. which is creating this sense of lack. So it's like staying in a relationship that's not serving, or accepting less than. And this could have been this decision, this back and forth, is this worth it? Now it says worth waiting for. We're going to get some more on that. Divine timing is at play. So divine timing might be at play here because obviously there are distractions around. These are baby steps. That's the steps are really important here. But also there's this getting all of the beginning bits right. I'm hoping this makes sense. So that was the decision, let go, release control. I can't see what's going on. I don't know what's going on, so I'm just gonna let it go. But I'm not gonna sit feeling like I'm not good enough, not being, you know, respected enough. This is an energy of lack. And it may be that whole feeling of that needed healing. So this feeling of lack could be childhood, because she's got that child, that it does look like a doll. So this could be inner child work going on. It does look like a doll that she's holding in her hands, but she's moving out of the shadow into the light after working, he or she. It's energetic. So moving into the light, away from, there's no more going backwards and forwards, doing the healing work, you know, coming out of the healing work with this mastery of skills, mastery of whatever it is that's needed in this connection. But it's definitely, they're all pages, and there's pentacles, there's wands, and there's cups, and again, that's at the bottom of the decks. There may have been a sense of, I don't feel like I'm getting enough, I don't feel like I'm worthy. It's just lack. But there, we have to shift out of this feeling of lack, because that, when we shift out of that, that happens when we give too much power away to circumstances or things out of our control, or people. And we have to call that back in. Okay. The Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands, again, there's a full moon. There's so many full moons in here, but the Four of Wands is security, stability, hearth and home. It does represent union, twin flame, but it's creating, like I said, with the five, with all these pages, it's creating a solid foundation, and it's on the masculine side. So there could have been, with this inner child, father issues. This is base work chakra, new beginnings. I'm going to work on the foundations of my pentacles, my wands, and my and my cups, and this is going to build a solid foundation. It could actually mean a home, but it's building that solid foundation with the Four of Wands, and it's like they're celebrating, and they're like sticking them right in the ground, and then there's all these flowers around, and this huge like crown. The woman is in the middle. I think she's a woman, it doesn't matter, but she's in the centre, and it's like her crown chakra has illuminated, and they're celebrating that. But she's 100% protected. So this is root chakra work, but it's also home. I am secure. I am safe, I am secure. Right, and then bottom of the deck we've got the Queen of Cups. Now the Queen of Cups is the divine feminine in the heart space. So we have a masculine and a feminine within ourselves. And this is the Queen of Cups. I know my worth. I intuitively listen to my dreams. I've got this cup, it's full, and I've filled it myself. She's offering it out because she's got enough to give. But this could be in your dream work, and you know, this is manifestations. This is, but she doesn't move. She just sits and creates and manifests from her heart space. So she doesn't actually do anything that's not in alignment with her heart space. If somebody says, do you want to go and do this, if it doesn't feel right, she won't do it, because she's happy and content. And that makes sense with the Four of Wands. It's like building this foundation on the divine feminine in her Queen of Cups. I'm quite happy sitting here, and that's why the Two of Swords is out of the picture now. She let it go. I let it go. Right. Okay. Let me just move. So, I mean, you know, and where it says worth waiting for, she doesn't chase. She just sits and knows what's meant for her will come to her. And maybe that was the indecisiveness. It's like, oh, why am I doing this? But these are all, it does feel, if this isn't inner work, it's outer work. Could be the divine masculine, but it can be either. Like I say, we do the work on the inside, it reflects on the outside. But this is all baby beginning, getting the bottom steps, getting those steps right. Taking steps towards, and it does feel like peace of mind. I'll do whatever, you know. I mean, the Queen of Cups can't manifest or tune into her dreams or be creative if she's got too much mental clutter going on. Let's have some more on this Two of Swords reversed. It's a little bit like I let go of my need to control outcomes. This fell out on the Four of Cups. So this is the Six of Thought. Again, it's like the Six of Swords. Peaceful times are on the horizons. The storms have passed. Now you can see that your destination is within sight. So it's both of those. It's focusing on the future, on the destination, not being distracted by whatever. The stress in your life will begin to fade away, allowing for happier times. It may be necessary to take a journey over water or to another country. But I think the main message here is moving away to calmer waters. Refusing to sit in anything that causes mental anguish, really. I was going to, yeah, so Six of Swords, yeah, I picked that up as well. Right, positive recognition. Positive recognition. Congratulations, your plans have worked out perfectly and now it's your time to shine. That'll be like the Queen of Cups. Brilliant new ideas will present themselves to you and success is all but assured. Express yourself openly and honestly, knowing that those surrounding you are trustworthy. Be open to unexpected opportunities. Okay, let's get some more. Let's get some more. 7 of emotion. So really it's like the 7 of cups. We had a 7 of wands. Was it a 7 of wands? Yeah, 7 of wands. Your angels are asking you to make an important decision that you've been putting off. So that's what this is like. Like I said, it's either you've just decided I'm not going to sit in 2 of Swords energy, or there's a little, what's the word? Well, let's read this. You've been putting it off. It's likely you know which choice you should make, but you're procrastinating so you don't upset someone. Ask heaven for guidance and then make the choice that celebrates who you truly are. It looks like Queen of Cups energy. Celebrate that. So yeah, that is that. I don't want to make a decision. I don't want to make a decision, so I'm just not going to bother. But the decision could have been, honestly, it's letting go of control, really. When I see it upside down. But it could be, yeah, I just don't want to make the decision, so I'm just not going to bother. So we've got the 10 of thought, a situation, we've got quite a few here, a situation that's been troubling you has come to an end. You can breathe a sigh of relief. With the challenging times behind, you can now move on. It's important to fully let go at this junction, which is why all these pages coming in are of an early beginning. It's important to fully let go. Someone in your life may now be finally free of his or her addictions or codependency issues. So there could have been codependency either on another person or something, like I say, something outside of yourself. But the Queen of Cups doesn't look for anything outside of herself. That's why her cup is so massive. And that's in doing the work inside. A win-win solution. I love all the birds in the background. So 14 represents a 5, which is change. Oh, I've got a sore bum. There's strength in diversity. By blending the ideas of other people with your own, we can often come up with solutions that's magnificent. Start focusing on the aspects that everyone agrees upon and then open your mind to compromise and working together. Stay balanced and seek out a moderate approach. So this is partnership. He's sort of pointing in one direction and the other guy, he's listening to what he's got to say and he's kind of looking over there. And it is maybe about getting a different viewpoint as well. You could see that, but it's almost like they're at that stage where they're making decisions about where do we go from here. And I guess the 7 of Wands is a little bit like that. It's like it's the planning, the you know, we're going to move forward, but how are we going to do it? What way are we going to go? The Ace of Action. This cherub is heralding a time of wonderful new opportunities related to your creativity or career or pursuing your dreams. This is the card of action. If you've been procrastinating, it's time to really get busy. It's also a great time to start a new business. Have confidence in your abilities. But obviously, if we're looking at it from a romantic side, it's a cherub. It's the Ace of Action. The Ace of Action in moving forward from the head space into the heart space. I'm heading here. This is peace of mind. This is tranquility. I'm taking every step I can building solid foundations, and again, blowing the trumpet. So it's almost like a calling. And there's blue there as well, so there's protection. And then we have the 5 of abundance. There are times when everyone needs a hand, and your angels want you to know that you needn't go through your current challenges alone. Accept the help of those around you. The situation you're experiencing is temporary. This may not be the right time to become self-employed, but be patient. Again, it's that patience, waiting patiently. Trying to get something from she's got a book, she's got all her reading stuff that she's learned under her arm, and they're shaking hands. So there is this, and again with the 5s, it's the 5 of Pentacles, the 5 of abundance. It's like, you know, not moving away from anything that makes you feel like you're in an energy of lack, because there is no lack. Everything we have, everything we need is within ourselves. It's not something that's outside of us. But this is asking, again, this is the healing part of it. This is asking or being courageous enough to say, I need some help with this. And that's not easy. 10 of foot. So, we shall go to the Psychic Tarot, see if we can get something maybe from a different angle. That's an 8, but it's upside down, emotional withdrawal, and it fell out upside down. So is it coming out of? Because the 2 of Swords is upside down as well, so it does feel like it's coming out of, leaving, going away. There may have been this back and forth in the mind space, and then all of a sudden an emotional withdrawal, but it's upside down. Now it fell out on the 4 of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the 7 of Wands. But the 4 of Wands, like I say, is a solid foundation. So I'm going to put that as in emotional withdrawal, upside down, is coming out of emotional withdrawal. Win-win situation. Financial and marriage changes. Let me keep going with these. See what else we get. Yeah, let's see if there's anything on that emotional withdrawal upside down. I mean, it could be. I mean, the Queen of Cups, bottom of the deck, does not suggest a closed heart at all. So obstacles and challenges. Again, it's this 5. It's this. It's change, and it's like this. I can't really describe what those little gold things are, but it's, again, it's like it's change and taking those baby steps forward, but not actually knowing something looks broken. So it's almost like I was going in this direction, and the road ahead has split. But it's taken those steps. Again, it's got these solid foundation steps, obstacles and challenges. Now, change always brings up obstacle and challenges. And this could be, you know, this might be an old pattern of I'm withdrawing. You know, I'm cutting off, I'm withdrawing. Somebody who is, you know, normally quite open, and then you know, then goes into emotional withdrawal, might be healing an aspect of that. And that's what I'm feeling with this Two of Swords upside down, emotional withdrawal upside down. This is something that needs overcoming. And I do feel it is childhood, but it's taking baby steps, recognising, having that self-awareness, oh my God, this is what I do. And it's challenging because it's a 5, it's change. But again, there's purple around there. There's little glimmers of hope with the gold, I feel. But it's, again, taking these baby steps. And I think that purple is the mind space. And the emotional withdrawal is obviously, it's upside down. So that's possibly something that used to happen. Healing that part, making a decision, you know, I'm not going to let situations make me feel like I need to emotionally withdraw anymore. That kind of thing. I've always said, you know, like, if you're indecisive about something, then it's not built on solid foundations. Otherwise, you know, we're moving into that authenticity, stripping down, being vulnerable, being open. The waiting game, interesting. So there's 2 cards here about waiting. Worth waiting for, divine timing, and the waiting game. Again, it's patience. You know, and not I certainly don't like waiting around for anything. But to force anything or to rush anything there is always a divine time for everything, and letting go of control of outcome is the perfect way to let things you know, happen in their own time. And there's these circles it's going round, and he's like on the inner circle bit, but it's almost like it's as above so below. And then when that tips upside down again, you know, the roots are the same growth as the top of the tree, and there's nothing you can do about that. I mean, obviously you can cut the tree down, but like the waiting game. So it is learning patience, rest and rejuvenation. 4 of Swords. 4 of Swords, but the Ace of Action. So we've got a win-win situation. There's steps being taken here towards change, but this is all, when I see pages and they're all in the Divine Masculine, I would say it's work that's being done on the inside and then on the outside, but the beginning of building the foundations for and moving on to calmer waters. I'm going to close with a rose, if I can find them. No, I'm going to close with something else. What am I going to close with? No, yeah, I will. Let's see what we get with the fairy tale. Just out of curiosity. Let's just see. They work. If they don't, they don't. Then I know. So 6 of Thought, we've got the Lady, which is obviously the Divine Feminine. We've got the Tree. So really interesting. Again, this is growing roots. This is that tree in the waiting game. You can't go and bear the fruit of your labour. It is a 5. You can't go and, you know, get the fruits before the tree's had time to take its roots. That rhymed. But that's what it's like. Patience is massive here. And then the root's solid. I'm surrounded by trees here. Some of them are like hundreds of years old. You know, roots are deep. This is the root work that needs doing, and maybe it is about learning patience, letting the cycles go round. And then we've got the ship. Now strangely, that is kind of the same as the 6 of thoughts. It's the ship and it's the 10. They've both got, this has got a Chinese dragon. So this is like your ship coming in, but it's about waiting patiently. Peaceful times are on the horizon. They both look really peaceful. My ship sailed from China with a cargo of tea, all laden with presents for you and for me. I don't remember the rest. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if it made sense. And oh, we've got the coffin. We've got 8 coffin at the bottom. So this is death and rebirth. And the 8 represents, I mean, the light is shining on her. So again, this is, I feel like something has definitely come to an end, let go of. So 4 solid foundations. Queen of Cups energy. And it's infinity. And it says number 9 of diamonds. But she's definitely being reborn. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. I love you lots.